Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into the episode of the Wonder Kid Morning Show. What's good, Coach? First in the air. What's good, man? Glad. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully everyone's having a good morning. I'm Nitro. I'm live. King Blaze. What's good, my bro? Abdi. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Kush was first in here what said, what does it take to be number one? George Kittle, 4 years, $76 million. How does it affect Isaiah Likely? You want to know? Listen, the funny thing you even said that because you look right here. Yeah, I'm going to be covering it. Money Mike, what's good? What's good? Delvon in the building. Producer, good morning. Kittle got paid. Mark will move on. Likely our time is now. This is what I've been trying to get through to people's heads. They're not understanding the dynamics of the pay scale. They're not understanding that the price of the brick is going on up. And nothing, and this is what I'm trying to say, the Ravens have actively tried to suppress Isaiah Likely. I'm going to make a video about it today. There's going to be a video on another channel about it, and I'm going to go really in depth about it. Let me let you understand this. Now, Isaiah Likely is him. I'm just hoping that they actually give him the ball. Jared Thomas, hey, yo. What's good, man? What's good? Greetings and salutes to everyone to Will I Am. Hey, I see you, Will I Am. You in here, man. Jared Thomas, Nitro Shedeur has a chip on his shoulder. He already had a chip on his shoulder. I'm explaining that to you too, Jared Thomas. Don't worry, I'm coming. They said GMs couldn't draft Shedeur even if they wanted to. Owners told the GMs not to draft him. It's nasty work. I know Money Mike is ridiculous. Don't worry, I'm going to touch on it. Abdi, J.K. Dobbins is a free agent. We don't want him. I told you. Hey. And the Ravens took an undrafted running back who is absolutely massive. Pause. Got to read in between the lines, guys. Got to read in between the lines. Yami, good morning. Good morning. It's just like the Shannon Sharp thing. Shannon Sharp came here for 2 seasons. Within the 2 seasons, he won a Super Bowl. He had 811 receiving yards in back-to-back seasons and was absolutely our big play guy, and the Ravens got rid of him. And he went back to Denver. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, it's so historically the Ravens that it sickens the very intestinal fortitude of my innards. Like, it really does. Jared Thomas says they suppressing Isaiah Likely because the question is frame. No, they know what they know if they suppress him, he's cheaper. That's what it is. The Ravens play a very dirty game, and when guys come up, especially on offense, because offense is usually more expensive than defense. When it's time for those guys to come up into the paid time, they try to suppress them. They won't give them as much carries. If it's running backs, they won't give them. They'll sit them more if they're wide receivers. If it's a quarterback, they won't give them a line nor weapons. That's all they do. Hey, Ashley Shelton. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Zelly the Ninth. You're in here. I see you, man. Yo, we all here like a big family. I love it, man. I love it. Guys, please remember to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, all right? If you haven't already done so, please like the stream. Hit that button. It helps out so much. But listen, guys, we're going to get into it. Now, George Kittle, tight end, one of 4 tight ends to have at least 4 seasons of 1,000 yards or more in his career, has been extended by the 49ers on a 4-year, $76 million contract with $40 million fully guaranteed. Now, this comes on the heels of the Cardinals paying their tight end the most in the market. And now, who I don't believe was, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he got it. Happy for him. But it's like, you got the most? And then the 49ers made sure to let Kittle know, like, look, you're the man. We believe you're the best tight end in the NFL right now, and your pay will reflect that. So they paid him. And they paid him handsomely. And guys, like I told you before, this is how the pay scales are going up. I've said this so many times about the Isaiah Likely thing. I said, this is why you need to pay him now. The Ravens are stupid. They do this every time. And then after they do that, then they want to act like, oh, we didn't know he was going to cost that much, or it wasn't our fault. We had to pay Lamar. This is what they're going to try to tell you when it's time to pay Isaiah Likely. He doesn't want to take a pittance of what he's truly worth. Now, I think that's probably already happened. Personally, I think that's why they brought back Mark Andrews. They did not want to pay Isaiah Likely that money. So what they did was they said it would be cheaper to just have both of them. Well, we would be paying one of them. We still have Mark Andrews. We could put him off Isaiah Likely for one more year. And what we would be paying Isaiah Likely, we would be pretty much paying for two. It would be for two guys. So might as well keep Mark Andrews and do it this way. Then hopefully Isaiah, and that will also help suppress Isaiah Likely's stats so that number can be more manageable. I keep telling people this. This is the way they do business. This is the way they do business. I want everybody to understand that. Every time they say I'm wrong or they say, I don't know what I'm talking about, I end up being correct, and the same people forget what they said. You step and that's what you do. You talks break down. Because if I'm I'm a player, pay me early. I've proven my worth. I want to be here. Pay me now. I'm gonna make you play that out. You're gonna make me play out my contract? Are you serious? Okay, no problem. Now it's time to pay me, and you have no right. Well, you can give us a team discount, can't you? It's like you waited. We only waited because all these mitigating factors, but we're the ones that draft you. We have to have some team spirit, some team morale. That's the Ravens. King Lee, what's good, my bro? What's good? Flex zones in here. Brother Andrews wasn't going nowhere. Yeah, because listen, I explained to you exactly why he's not going nowhere. The only way that they were going to get Andrews is if they got a first or second round pick for him, and they didn't get that. So we're with him. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And guys, just to let you know, this is exactly also the reason why the Ravens rather get tight ends than wide receivers. Because the most expensive... Hold on. Holla. Come on. Holla. Come on. I'll make you holla. Look, if you look at the most expensive tight end, right? That is right now George Kittle. 4 years, $76 million, $40 million guaranteed. The highest paid wide receiver is getting $40 million a year. I'm trying to tell you, everything the Ravens do is geared towards how much money they think they're going to spend. I keep trying to tell people that. There are so many different ways to be frugal and work people underneath that cap so it gives you total flexibility. We've watched other teams do it to the absolute T. One of them is Philadelphia. But the Ravens say, no, we're not doing it that way. We're not bringing in any big name. They never bring in big name free agents, right? They only want aged prospects whose number value within the market has greatly diminished, or they want draft picks. They don't even care if they're going to keep the draft picks. They still want the draft picks. That's the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying? That junk is crazy. What's good? I be saying, what's good, man? What's good? You know what I'm saying? No, Nitro, Baltimore fight for every dollar. They are very cost efficient. It's not even cost efficiency at this time. It's cost foolishness. I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say Nitro has a business, right? I come up with this network, and I have two guys on the network that do very well. Now, my job is to hold and keep talent. One guy was great at one point, so I paid him pretty much what the market dictated. This upcoming guy shows better promise than what this other guy was doing, right? More explosive people. He's bigger on social media, bigger social media presence, all that stuff, right? But I'm keeping this other guy in the prime slot to diminish this other guy's worth. Because I know he's in the worst slot, but he's putting up numbers in the worst slot. Because I know if he goes to the best slot, I'm going to be paying him more than anybody else in any of the other networks, or be in the business of losing him to one of those other networks. So what do? I keep the aging star in the prime slot, right? Who most viewers view, keep him in the other slot, so I can always say, well, your numbers, he's like, I'm doing it in the worst slot, which is true, but numbers are numbers. So guess what? Eventually, either somebody can see his worth and snatch him away from me, or the numbers dictate and say, well, this is what you're worth right now. And after I pay him that, then I put him into the prime slot and let him make me all that money. That's the mindset of the Ravens. That's not even cost effective. Just put the guy, bite the bullet, put him in there, make him all the money you can make. It will greatly increase your portfolio as a network because everybody wants to watch, and you're stealing away viewers. You're doing certain things that are diminishing the other networks compared to you, while solidifying your footprint. Do you know who was famous for doing that back in the day? Fox. And I don't mean to make this racial or anything else, but Fox used to be known that when they were going through financial straits, they would make a black show. And you can look this up if you do not believe me. I'm not making this racial. I'm just telling you the truth. And what they would do, they would take a black show, it would blow up. They would hate and not want to pay any of the people on there, but it would greatly bring back up their portfolio. It'd bring back viewership to Fox. And then once, after 2, 3, 4 seasons of them fighting and not wanting to pay them, they would cut it and then put something else that they want into that slot, because now they have people tuning in more back to their product. It's ridiculous. They haven't extended Lamar. They haven't extended Henry. They haven't extended Likely. And they haven't restructured Marlon Humphrey. Like, how dumb are you? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Oh, we're saving money. No, you're not. You're creating a bigger cap hit down the road. Instead of doing it now, it's like sometimes you just got to rip off the Band-Aid. Sometimes you just got to understand pain comes with it. Yeah, you're going to spend a little more, but it saves you more down the line. Would you rather say you spend a perfect example? Let's say you look at a bike and you're looking at the bike and the bike says $89.99 right now. You're like, I'll wait till Christmas for it to go down. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather spend the 90, what was it, after tax, carry the 2, $94.89? Would you rather have the $94.89 pay, or after it done went up and then brought back down later on? Because that's what they do for Christmas stuff. They push up the prices before Christmas, then they bring it down and say they're giving you a discount. So now the bike is to $110. See what I'm saying? Yeah, King Lee. No. And it's not me being, anyway, it's literally how they do things. They did it with Living Single. They did it with Martin. They did it with Empire. They've done it multiple times. Straight trying to stay, Ashley, exactly. Trying to stay cheap. And why? Like, why? Why are you trying to pay them now? It saves you money later. People don't get cheaper. They get more expensive. The Ravens try to suppress. That's why they were so, when everyone said, oh, we're not keeping Bateman, I said, what are you talking about? The Ravens are paying him exactly what they want, right? While getting premium, like 800-yard receivers, 900-yard receivers. Go look what they're getting paid right now. Now go and look what Rashad Bateman's getting paid. The Ravens want for that price. The Ravens would kiss Rashad on the mouth. That's the way these businesses. That's why a lot of times I say what I say about them. It's dirty, and it's like, bro, y'all did this with Lamar. Like, bro, imagine a player that is the most box office player in the entire NFL. By himself in a small market. Everything he does is breaking news. Everything. Lamar right now could trip while walking down the road. It would trend for 2 or 3 days on social media and media platforms. I'm not even exaggerating. And they still didn't want to pay him. Oh, we want to pay you, but we want to pay you with all these escalators in there. We don't think that you're really worth it. Because that's what they're saying. And I always say you can always tell when the team truly believes in a guy. Because look what the team did at first to what's his name? Oh my gosh. He was on the Bears and he went to the Steelers. You know what I'm talking about. Quarterback. Look what they did for him compared to what they did for Caleb Williams. Feel me? Look what they did for him. Then look what they did for Jaden Daniels. You know what I'm saying? That's what I kept trying to tell you about Lamar Jackson. I'm like, don't tell me, show me. Oh, we love you, Lamar. Well, why aren't you getting him weapons? Oh, well, we run the ball a lot. So, okay, we'll get him a big name running back. Oh, well, it's kind of a waste because Lamar runs so much. All right, we'll get him a great line. Well, Lamar is so, shadowy, slippery. We can say anybody really not giving him that. Not Mitchell Trubisky, who's the other guy, the Justin Fields. Thank you, Kush. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen getting all the help in the world. Look at his O-line right now. Look what they've done for Trevor Lawrence. Look what they did for Justin Herbert. Look what they've done for Patrick Mahomes. Look what they did for Kyler Murray. Look what they did for Tua. Look what they did for Brock from the 49ers. Look what they did for Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. Lamar's the only quarterback that has not had everything thrown at the offense, and excuses get made for the higher-ups. It's ridiculous. Jay Fields. It's ridiculous. He's the only one. The only one. And now that you got an aged Derrick Henry, now everyone's saying, well, that's not fair. That's cheating. He's on a super team. Well, when we first got him, they were saying that people are over-evaluating Derrick Henry. Remember after the first 2 games, like, well, you can run Henry, but what did you expect? He's older. Then Henry, and they start using him exactly how Nitro was saying how you have to use them. Remember the people that were saying, right? They use them exactly how I've been saying you got to use Derrick Henry next to Lamar Jackson. And then we become the best offense in the league, right? And then they're like, oh, they're on a super team. So much so Daniel Falele made the Pro Bowl because they had to figure out, there has to be better players on this team. Remember, the same offensive line they said was a problem. Now they're grading them all A's. The same old quarterback that didn't even rate top 10 is now, he's one of the greatest backs. Remember, a lot of people before them was saying Derrick Henry was not a Hall of Famer. Go back and look at history. I remember all that stuff. Now, all other greatest quarterbacks were it's nasty work, bro. And I asked those questions and no one can give me a straight answer. Then you hear them say, okay, then this one gets me mad. You'll have some Raven fans. All right, Nitro, he wasted the first 5 years. Just get over it. He wasted the first 5 years of Lamar. Okay, because he admitted to it, even though you've been saying that forever. Who cares? We're here now. He's trying his best. Oh. Yo, it's nasty work, bro. It's nasty work, bro. I can't, bro. Professor Watson said that's why Lamar is the best. It's an argument for why. Look at what Houston, Texas have done for C.J. Stroud. Exactly. Ashley Shelton said, but media have a nerve to say he has too much help. The media, remember when Shannon Sharp came out and said, oh, well, it doesn't matter who the receivers are. Didn't he go to dance with them? He got to win with them. Right? You remember that? And then once he saw, you know what I'm saying, that's how they always say. They don't want Lamar to have help. Negative Lamar pieces sell. If Lamar ever got true help, he would break the NFL. Just think about what Jalen Hurts has done with the Philadelphia Eagles and turn it up 2 notches, and that's exactly what you get with Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson got real help. Imagine if the Ravens had A.J. Brown. Imagine if the Ravens had an O-line like Detroit or like the Eagles. God, bro, you would literally, Lamar would run with an O-line like Philly or like Detroit. Lamar would run for 1,200 or 1,300 yards every single season while throwing for 4,500 yards or more. His statistics would be so ridiculous, he would become mythical, like how Wilt Chamberlain is in basketball. Lamar with Drake London's, oh my gosh. Antonio Williams was good. Eli the sports guy was up. Nah, Irma's about to accountability with us. Pay Lamar. Build up the offense. Jalen got a solid O-line, and it got him to the Super Bowl twice. People seem to forget. Jalen Hurts, that's why a lot of people say that, oh, he's not top 5, right? But Joe Burrow is. I laugh at that, right? Because once again, Jalen Hurts was an all-pro already. Jalen Hurts has been a Pro Bowl quarterback and an all-pro quarterback. Been to the Super Bowl twice and won it once while having better statistics than the opposing quarterback, whose name is Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, he's top 5. Like, this isn't like an Eli Manning, like, oh, he doesn't play good in the regular season, because that's what they're trying to do to Jalen Hurts. Why? They're trying to diminish what Jalen Hurts does, because Jalen Hurts has done what they said Burrow would do, and Josh Allen would do, Lawrence would do, and Herbert would do. So because now he has the All-Pro to his name, the Pro Bowl to his name, the Super Bowl MVP and Super Bowl championship to his name, now they have to diminish it, because now they have to say all the things that made Joe Burrow and them all great in their eyes, and their arguments now are diminished around Jalen. It is what it is. I'm not mad at him for going to the White House, bro. That doesn't bother me. Like, you know how many bad presidents... Listen, I say this wholeheartedly. Y'all are acting like, when people get mad about that, and I truly do mean this, people act like this is the first president that people have seen that they wanted to strangle or do something to. Y'all forget how bad it got with Bush? You forget when that guy threw a shoe at him at an interview? Threw a legit shoe. They thought it was a bomb in the shoe. You forgot all the war and everything else that was happening. That I remember, because my mom had a daycare at the time, and the price of everything was through the roof. You had people that wanted to fight George W. Bush. Everything was in the gutter when he was in the president. His second term, oh my gosh. Go look it up if you even think I'm lying. Inflation was through the roof. Gas prices through the roof. People were losing jobs left and right. It was hard to keep a job. People were losing their pensions. Everything was going haywire in this country. And guess what? Everybody still went and seen him. Everybody. So I don't get mad. Like, people are going to talking out of stake on the side of their neck. I'm like, bro, if they want to go to the White House, go to the White House. If I don't want to go to the White House, I don't go to the White House. That's like me. Okay, I have a question right now. So, guys, if I was afforded an interview with Donald Trump, would you not watch The Wonder Kid Show anymore? Like, right now, let's say if I did something and Donald Trump say, yo, I would love for you to interview me, right? Talk sports, whatever. You guys wouldn't turn on The Wonder Kid Show anymore if I said okay to that? Is that what you're saying to me? You would throw me away like a piece of garbage or trash or children's diaper that's been filled to the brim of a milky brown substance, you throw me away? Did you have to let it linger? I want you to know. In my bed to remind you. Like Andy did Woody. Like, oh my God, to tell you the truth, if I got the opportunity to interview him, why wouldn't I not take it? Right? I would take it. Like, I would take it. And because think about it, I'd be able to ask him questions that you guys would wish to be able to ask him. There's how many, like, okay, perfect example. Let's say if I interview Donald Trump right now, right? And we're laughing, we're talking, and I bring up HBCUs never getting their money, right? We're not begging for anything. We're talking about money that's been owed to those schools for X amount of time. I know a lot of you would love to bring that up. If afforded, I could actually bring that up, get his mindset, and talk to him about it. Like, at the end of the day, he's the president of the United States of America. What if right now, if that happened and he said, you know what, it's been too long, and we're going to look into it, and 2-3 weeks later he signs it in that the HBCUs get all of their back money? Would you still hate me? Would you look at me differently, knowing that came out of the interview? Or would you say, nah, Uncle Tom? Ah! Oh my God. Like, I'm real about this stuff. Like, I always tell y'all I'm honest, because even though it's sometimes bit me in the butt, you know what I'm saying? I never want you guys to question my integrity. This is why I say and do the things that I do. You see me criticize Lamar. People that actually watch the channel have seen me criticize Lamar. But because I do so much defending, because there's so much hate of Lamar, it gets thrown off the back and people don't ever remember it. You see what I'm trying to say? I want integrity. That's why I go at the media the way I do, because I watch them try to tear down people's careers, which you've seen them try to do to Shedeur Sanders, and why I brought him up a couple times. And they're trying to make an excuse on why he slid, while exalting other players for the same exact of self-confidence that he exudes. I'll always be me. At the end of the day, I have to be able to look at the man. And I'll tell you something right now. If that ever came, if I was ever afforded the opportunity and I was able to get that, tears would fall down my eyes, bro. Straight up. If I could issue change to that magnitude just by interviewing somebody, you're thinking that's not worth it? Bro, y'all must not know me then. Y'all must not know me. You gotta, we live in a world right now where everybody just wants to go wherever, there's an echo chamber. You're going to deal with people you don't like. That literally, do you go to work? You know how many people I've worked with that I couldn't stand, but I still gave them the respect that was understood because of their station at the job or because they're my coworker, and I couldn't stand them? That's just me. That's the way I was raised. Regardless of what you do or what you're doing, I give you respect. Mind you, this is coming from a guy that's worked at a prison and worked at a crisis ward. That's where I've worked. There's 2 of the jobs that I've had. Nigel, they said Sanders slid because he interviewed very poorly. I don't believe that. We watched some interviewers that went first 5 picks and they were dumb. Like dumb as a box of rocks. And they still took it. Oh, there's just something about this young man. The thing with Shedeur is, and I always say this, Shedeur has unwavering confidence in himself. And unwavering confidence in yourself rubs other people the wrong way. That's why they hate Shedeur. That's why people do not like Nitro. It's an unwavering confidence in oneself. And it's not like, oh, I'm better than you. Never saying I'm better than you. I'm throwing this in your face. It's I know what I'm capable of when I put everything into something. You feel me? These are coming from the same people that have drafted John Elway, Eli Manning, Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield. Like, do you remember what those guys was coming in with? Some of those guys were cokeheads. What's his name that was drafted before Peyton Manning? What's his name that went to the Chargers? You know exactly what I'm talking about. They knew about all of his substance abuse, and they still drafted him number one. One of the biggest draft busts, if not the biggest draft bust in NFL history at the quarterback position. I believe it was the Chargers that took him. Jamarcus Russell was bad, but he was more like he never realized his potential. You had guys that was coming in that were literal drug addicts. Ryan Leaf. Thank you. Ryan Leaf, Yami. Thank you. So what are we talking about here? Like, people always say, like, oh, well, yo, I didn't put it up there because I'm going to do a video on it later. But what's that idiot dude's name? Chase Daniels from the facility. Talking about all he needs to do is put his head down. That's all he needs to do. He ain't looking at it like he's supposed to. You're not saying he needs to shut up and do it. That's good for him. Like, no, you're a backup. You're a career backup. That's why your mindset's like that. You never were promised a starting job, never given. They never looked at you as a starter. Shedeur right now has third highest jersey sales in NFL rookies right now. And I know who he's behind. Kush! Talk yo. Exactly. Kush, talk your junk. The same reason why they hate Shedeur are the reasons why they will love an Arch Manning. He has an unwavering confidence about himself. Look at the way he walks. Look at the way he talks. He talks like he's been there because he has that last name. He comes from high pedigree. They can come out right now and say he ain't going to X, Y, and Z. Arch Manning's still going to be the number one pick. And everyone goes, Deion's just so loud with, the big chains. I heard somebody say because he got a big chain, that's why he got drafted low. Oh, the humanity. Oh, my gosh. It's nasty, bro. It's nasty. That's why a lot of times I be laughing at people, bro. Oh, don't worry. I got you right here. Look. Oh, my gosh. Exactly, Ashley Shelton. Exactly. You're making it about race. Come on now, bro. We know what it is because it's art. It's not like he's the first to do that. Deion is one of the greatest football players of all time. He should have a little more say where his kid goes. That's the way that's the way it works. Nobody said anything about Bill Belichick with his son. No one said anything about the Mannings and Archie Manning and his sons. No one said anything about John Elway. No one's gonna say anything about Archie Manning when it happens to him. Like, bro, get out of here. Johnny Manziel was failing all of his interviews, coming in there high, talking about some party and bull blink, just party and bull blink. That's what he was doing in there. He still got drafted in the first round. You're going to try to tell me Johnny Manziel's a better quarterback prospect than Shedeur Sanders? Get out of here, bro. Y'all are lying. Shedeur is more athletic than all of them. On top of it, he's just not the super athlete like that you would see like a Lamar or somebody else. Like Lamar's a super athlete. But he's very athletic. He can run, he can jump. He's almost running a 4.5. That's faster than all the quarterbacks that right now that are not Lamar Jackson that are succeeding right now in the NFL. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Lawrence ain't succeeding, but I'm going to put Lawrence in there. Herbert, Tua. It's nasty, bro. That's why I covered the other day. I'm like, bro, y'all are liars. The Browns are so stupid. That's how stupid their franchise is. You look at a young man, he's box office. Look at this right now. I want y'all to read that. when watching Shedeur, the NFL draft, I told the coach, I said the last day of the draft that started at 12 p.m., I wanted to go because I know it's usually so boring. And in those circumstances, usually I shine because I bring a lot of energy, right? So I said that I wanted to stream, but I couldn't because I had to go to my church's women's brunch. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing the filming for them. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be there. Their tea party. Shout outs to them that did that. You feel me? I had to be there and I had to put it up and use the laptop and put it on live and everything else for them. So that's what I was doing. So I couldn't do it. Because I'm like, yo, it's usually boring. So people will probably tune in because they want to know what's happening. But because it's so blah, they usually don't tune into it. So they'll get the extra oomph they need from the Wunderkind Show. And look at those numbers. Up 40% because of that man. You got a guy like that on the team, and you're going to try to tell me the Browns are going to mess up. You messed up your Baker Mayfield because you had Baker Mayfield. You messed that up for Deshaun Watson. Now the football gods have dropped another nuclear warhead in your lap. Better to me than Deshaun Watson. Better than Baker Mayfield. And now you got him as your fifth on your depth chart in your quarterback room. It's nasty work, bro. It's nasty work, bro. The owners wouldn't let their GMs draft Shedeur. They blackballed him, which is ridiculous. I swear to you guys, you know what? You know why I wish I could teleport? Because I would teleport into some of these rooms and just tape them. Could you imagine how the media would try to spin it if it came out that that there was audio proof that two of the owners said that? Don't draft him. We already agree we're not drafting him. Let him slide. He needs to learn some manners. He's too cocky. Can you imagine if that came out on audio proof? Somebody put that out. How everything would change overnight? The NFL would be blackballed. I'm telling you right now. The NFL would have to do such crazy levels of damage control. Oh my God. You want to talk about trending? It would be Tiger Woods adultery level trending. Exactly, Jared Thomas. Everybody wants that swagger from your quarterback. Because at the end of the day, you're in the position that you're in the most important position on the field in professional sports. It's nasty, bro. Same with Manziel and Baker. They call it, moxie. Nasty work. A chain getting you drafted is actual insanity. Not drafted, because all of them be wearing big chains. But once again, I try to tell people that people don't understand that. It's because he's the quarterback. That's why Lamar rubs them so wrong. If the wide receivers are like, it's whatever, you're a wide receiver. Corners, whatever. But there's a certain stigma on what quarterbacks should look like and should be. And that's why Lamar gets a lot of the hate he does. Because he marches to the beat of his own drum. And they don't like that. They want you to be the total company man. They want you to be the Stephen A. Smiths. And some guys are authentically just themselves. They're like, I don't feel comfortable in a suit. I'd rather wear something a little more baggy. And if I do wear a suit, I like the bright colors. That's where I'm from. We like bright colors. He's from Miami. Fort Lauderdale. Everything down there is loud. Their music, loud. Candy paint jobs on the whips, loud. Where do you think dunks came from? The rims, loud. Hairstyles, the wicks, loud. The colors, loud. That's what's down there. That's what Miami is. Fort Lauderdale area, that's what it is. That's like looking at New York and saying why everything is so fast. It's New York. It's the Big Apple. Everything's moving very fast there. Lamar said, forget all that cookie cutter nonsense. Exactly. And they felt uncomfortable They felt really uncomfortable. Robbie Anderson loud. MC Hammer loud. Like, and mind you, I get that when you're doing a business, you want somebody that's not going to bring unwanted attention. But then when you look at like somebody like Lamar, who is heavily invested into his community, does crap loads of charity, right? Giving back to the kids, going into schools, telling these kids, without any of the big sponsorships behind him, just off of his own back, like, yo, stay in school, read a book. I'm telling you, man, dream big and work even harder for it. You feel me? God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Those are the things that he's preaching all the time. And they're like, ugh. But he got plaits. Ugh. Are those gold? They're not even gold. They're platinum. He's upgraded his teeth. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, you should want somebody that is genuinely themselves, that's going to do good things. Be a good person. Because guess what? When the cameras are off, they're still going to be that way. It's not a front. It's less likely he'll be caught up in a scandal because he lives by certain standards that he refuses to break. While you have other guys that just put on a show when the cameras are on, then goes crazy when the cameras are off. Then you be hearing, oh, this guy was a cokehead, this guy was an alcoholic, this other guy beats women. All this other stuff comes out to the forefront. You're like, but I thought he was perfect. He was perfect in front of those cameras. That's the thing with politicians. There was a thing that said, this guy had went up and he was just like, he listed off all of these allegations, all of these charges, like legit charges, all of these, like all this stuff, and said, what do you think, NFL or NBA? And they said, some people said NBA, some people said NFL. And he said, the funny thing is both are wrong. Those are the politicians that you voted in to your Senate and the House. And everyone's mouth dropped like this. Because they play that role in front of the camera. So you'll never think them truly capable of bad things because they have built up a character and they stand behind that character. I rather realism. Authenticity. I like the real. That's why I talk about Lamar the way I talk about him. That's why, and you heard Ing say the same thing. When you actually meet him, all of you get the opportunity to meet him, you'll see he's just a dude. Like, he's just like, yeah, he be laughing, joking. It's not like he's, like, bro, he's so down to earth. It's awkward how down to earth he is. It throws you off because you're like, but he's like, man, I care about my spirituality, being a better man of God, being a better father, a better son, and stuff like that. That's all he cares about. And I care about football. That's it. And it's like, wow. That's literally how he is. You could run it. How many people ran into Lamar and going to pick up a bottle from like from the liquor store or something like that? He's like, how y'all doing? God bless. And then they're like, oh my God, you're Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I am. How you doing? Just talking to him normal. Take a picture with him. Like, hey man, you have a great day, man. You too, but you're Lamar. I am, but you're you. Go be great, man. That's literally Lamar Jackson. And they're scared of that. There's an old saying that people aren't scared of fickle people. People are scared of people with morals. Oh, I'm talking to somebody now. There's an old saying that people aren't scared of fickle, evil people. They're scared of people with morals. Do you know why? Because people with morals can't be bought. That's why. Shedeur Sanders, right? Because he's come from an affluent upbringing, because he's been around all that stuff all his life, his father being one of the most prominent figures to that level of absolute just confidence, notability, notoriety, that he can't be bought. Even now, they're like, all right, we made it. Oh, well, you didn't make it in the first round like you wanted, but I still made it. God is good, ain't he? That's the energy that he's giving off. I didn't get the first round. Prank call him. You didn't make it in the second round. You're not even that good. You didn't make it in the third. Dion, how does that feel? Fourth round. Fifth round, he did it. Let's celebrate, guys. We're in the NFL. Let's go get to work. Look how stupid you are. You made it in the fifth round. But I made it. I'm here. And now, they get to see my hard work. They get to see the work behind the persona. They get to see the work behind the man. They get to see the work behind the person, behind the player. What do you think? Dion was just, he worked his butt off. He was psychotically driven. Tell you I'm gonna make people uncomfortable, man. I don't mind making people uncomfortable. That's what a lot of times with people don't realize that the thing you hate somebody for is the thing that you're actually, it's something that you need, but you hate because you can't have it. I think Shedeur was the best quarterback in this class. I think he's way better than Cam. Way better. You know why I think he's way better? Because he never played with a line. He's had to mitigate so many things, process certain things like, okay. Because he's never had the line. There was time when Cam was standing back there 10 seconds untouched. You're going to a bad team. You're not going to have an amazing offensive line. Everyone's like, oh, he took sacks. He took sacks because hike. I watched games where as soon as they said hike, people were running at Shedeur Sanders, and he was still completing the plays. Getting tore up and getting up after every hit, and his father's watching him getting killed out there. And he's getting up on the side. Come on, guys, let's go. I'm telling you, bro. If Prime became his head coach and they had nothing but success, what could you say to Dion? They don't even want to give him the opportunity to do that because they know what would happen. You got to understand the level of power that he would have in the NFL. They know that, everything he said he'd do, we don't like him, but the thing with Dion is everything he said he'd do, he's done. So we're not even going to give him the opportunity because he's one of those guys that will work until he gets it. There's nothing you can say or do that will deter him. Because his mindset of what he sees himself as is so high that it's like anything you view him as is a disservice to what he thinks. Exactly. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Let me tell you something, guys, and this comes from me. I never started out, I started this YouTube thing, and there's been so much stuff that's happened in my personal life that y'all don't even know about, that I can't even talk about on here, that if you guys know, you guys would be like, are you serious? I'd be like, yeah. Yeah. I wasn't given no extra help from this big people, big signings. Now, did shout outs from Ing Raven help? Yup. Shout outs from Lunch Break Hot Take help? Yup. Because those are the two people that shout me out on the channels. If you didn't know that. Shout outs to King Demise, who was used, every time y'all ever see that guy named King Demise, he would come in and he would literally, sometimes be up with me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, figuring out ways on how we get better than my channel. Something that y'all don't know about him. When y'all see him just pop in here. And I bet you that's my bro. Whenever we didn't grow up with each other or anything, he just say, yo, I really believe in you, man. I would like to help you. Hard work. That's what I know. That's what's been brought. That's what I watched my parents do. I watched my mother and father scrape everything they could to make the life that they have now. People that are older than them have less. And they get mad at them. How did they get it? Because my father and my mother was working their butts off. I told you this before. I literally watched my father work 22-hour days. Watched it. I'm the oldest, so I can remember it. And my mother and father used to always tell me this. They used to say, anything in life you can achieve. It only matters how hard or how much time you're willing to put into achieving it. Anything is possible. How hard are you willing to work for it? You guys watch The Wunderkind Show. How hard do you think I'm really, I told you guys what I want. I want this to become a network. How hard do you think I'm willing to work to get it to be there? How much time? How much content you think I'm putting out? Think it's worth it? That's what I'm saying. When you look at Shedeur is loud. Yeah, he be partying it up. But you can't deny his work ethic. He don't take shortcuts. Because Dion never took shortcuts. They just worked their butts off. And that's what he's going to do in Cleveland. Work his butt off. And he's not going to give him a discount neither. I think Shedeur is going to turn the Cleveland Browns into a top 10 team in the NFL. And we're all going to look back at this time and say, oh my gosh, we didn't think Shedeur would be good. And I'm really like, remember when Nitro said he was the best quarterback in his draft? Heck, I feel like he'd be the best quarterback in the next draft with an Arch Manning. But Ashley shows that it takes time. You know how many times I put out episodes that I thought this could be my episode to go viral? Nothing. I've watched people on YouTube put out absolute foolishness go viral. I did an interview with Ing Raven and Lamar Jackson. And I thought, okay, maybe this will go crazy. Nope. Did that deter me? Nope. It's okay, I just work harder. If everybody had that mindset just to work harder, yeah, everything I get, I earn. Shedeur will, everything he's gotten in his life, or his father, is earned. Like, people act like, oh, well, because he grew. It's like that episode of Fresh Prince. Remember when they went to go join the frat house, and they said they made Carlton do all of the dirty stuff, and then didn't want to get it. And then they want to put him, and then they want to put him into the frat. It's like, well, he ain't our type of pledge that we like, because he came from money, an affluent background. That his father had to bust his tail, and his mother had to bust their tail to afford it. He was hated for it. I don't hate what other people have. I just say I work hard and go get it myself. Anybody that knows me understands that. I'll work my butt off. I'll burn the midnight oil. When everyone is sleeping, I'll be working. So when I make it and I get to that level, you know it was straight God and hard work. That's it. And I know for a fact that's exactly how the Sanders family is thinking. Exactly the way they're thinking. They're gonna treat Arch Manning like he pisses dollars and craps gold nuggets. I'm dead serious with you, and it's crazy. Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't easy, Nitro. Sure, your dedication matter for what you do. Yeah, and plus I love you guys, so that helps. Like, I met some amazing people on this journey. Like meeting and talking to people like Sip, meeting Lamar Jackson, like meeting Ing Raven. You know, this has been an amazing journey. Some people want the end of the story without the middle passages and the chapters. They just want to open the book and get to the ending. No. Naturally, these fools won't have enough donuts to support all that glaze. Oh, he's going to get glazed, all right. Producers, I remember that episode. Yeah. From Fresh Prince, yep. Yeah. Hate him because he could be authentically himself while being a little loud because his father worked his butt off to give him that life. We should want that for all of our kids. I want that for y'all kids. If Ashley Shelton, Jared Thomas came on there and said, "Yo, we're billionaires. We just won the lottery, and we're worth $500 million a piece," I'd be like, just like this. Thank you, God. Praise the Lord. Your blessings are overflow. Whoa, whoa. And I would be so happy for you. Some people would be jealous of you. Oh, why can't I do? You probably didn't do nothing to deserve it. Not me. I'd celebrate, baby. Congratulations. Go post a picture of what you first bought. That's my mindset. I'd be ecstatic for you guys. You would think I'm getting paid from it. Too much jealousy in this world. Not enough love. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love, the love. But guys, that's the episode of the Wonder Kid Morning Show. And you know how we end every show. So, there was a group in the 90s that came out. And they didn't, back in the 90s, you know, you had a lot of you went from gangster rap and you had a lot of drug rap. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, you know, with the Biggies, the 10 Crack Commandments, you know what I'm talking about. But there was a group that came out. And I mean, when they were so different than everybody else. And they had a song to come out in the 90s that hit so hard. It hit so hard that it made you question life at times. It had such a, it's like, oh my God, it had people, it stirred up emotion. Which group am I talking about? No, not Run DMC, not Wu-Tang, and not Drew Hill. Try again. Come on, guys. What group am I talking about? When I say it, y'all going to be like, how did we not know that? Producer, you can't be clueless on this one, bro. Trust me. You know what I'm talking about. It's not NWA. It's in the 90s. Tribe Called Quest is a good jump, but no. King Lee, my brother. Bum, 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 bum. Now tell me what you know. When the make nowhere to run. Judgment comes for you. When judgment comes for you. When judgment comes for you. When it make nowhere to run. Judgment comes for you. When judgment comes for you. And I'm gonna be too better. And I'm gonna tell everybody I don't tell about the pay. I'm gonna be too bad. Tell the pay to stay up in the big today. And pay up everybody. Take me to give me the minute to make the. Tell me the mama why go away. Hey yo. That went crossroads. Meet me at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. Meet me at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. Meet me at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. See you at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. And I'm gonna take everybody. And I'm gonna take everybody. Yeah. And I'm gonna be everybody. Yeah. Bro, King Lee, you got that, bro. Listen, man. When that song hit, it was being played at funerals. When dudes are just sipping their liquor by themselves. When you lost your girl. When girls lost their men. Baby at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. See you at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. Yo, a lot of words missing there. I said every word, Will I Am. I said every word. You can't prove. You can't prove I didn't say every word. Double slap. You can't look at somebody and say, if I say every word, you're sitting there and do it. Don't call me out right there. Oh my gosh, but I'm telling you right now, that song absolutely was a smash. Everybody knew that song. There's not one of you that did not. That video had me thinking. That video like scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. When the guy's eyes turned black, I was like, ah! Heck, I thought I was watching Are You Afraid of the Dark? Or The Tales of the Crypt. Oh my gosh. Miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. Been a man on down, then I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Oh, long. Gotta get down, gotta man down. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, man. Keep laughing, bro. Y'all can't tell me I didn't like that song, bro. I'm gonna get one of these right one day. Producer's coming, don't worry, bro. Yeah, it's coming. Crossroads scared me as a kid. Exactly, bro. That video scared the crap out of me. The Angel of Death, that don't scare the crap out of me. The old man was sitting there looking at him like, oh no. I was like, what are you guys watching? BT, how could you? I think it's busy. Even though Twister won like the world's fastest, Bone Thugs, bro, all of them was rapping fast. And they all had long hair. Long hair don't care. When they had Easy in the video walking into heaven, yeah. And we're praying every day. And we're praying every day. And we're praying every day. I said, meet me at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. See you at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. I'd love to remix that song. I swear to God, I would. I really would. Man, that song, the flow of that song is so nice. It was so different. It was unlike anything that came up until that point. Unlike anything. But guys, that's the episode of the Wonder Kid Morning Show. Thank you guys for showing up and being here. I love you guys. Y'all know how we do this every time. Please remember to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you here tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 to 11 a.m. also. So y'all have a wonderful morning, a wonderful day. Please remember, I love you guys. Don't ever forget that. And we're going to work hard. Remember, guys, nothing given, all work. That's all we do. If you would like to donate to the channel, bottom of the screen, there's a QR code. QR code is with CashApp. CashApp located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show is Netra signing off. And as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I'm out of here, guys. Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.